Welcome back, Charles Rudibaugh. Here we go. Part number 2, evaluating network marketing and evaluating a company. We're going to get you some good tips, some good info here. So we finished off last time. I got my notes here. We finished off last time just going over some statistics, some people that are endorsing the business, right? Huge companies doing business, thousands of companies, the most reputable billionaires, businessmen, everyone's involved in network marketing. If you don't, it's just because you don't understand it yet. And so we're going to jump into now evaluating a company. What kind of things am I looking for? Well, you have to know kind of how this thing's going to play out long term before you know even what to look for in a company. So let's go over what to look for. It's the 3 Ps. Really, in evaluating any business or an investment, you can kind of stick with the 3 Ps, right? People, process, and product. People, product, process. And so the people here. Okay, so you're looking at a company. What kind of people? Are they sleazy? Are they trashy? Are they professional? Are they honest? Are they all about money? Are they all about helping people? Are they all about, what are they all about? So identify the people, meet the people. Don't, you shouldn't just join a company because you met one person in the company. You want to meet several of the people. You want to know, you want to know the integrity of the owners of the company. What are their intentions? Are they just going to build a company and sell it? Or they, because then you're going to be like, well, what do I do with my team? Now they're changing things. They sold the company. Who knows what's going to happen, right? Is what's going to happen with the owners? What's their intentions? So that's identifying people, the leaders. Who am I going to be working with? I got to introduce my people to these leaders. So how do they operate? What kind of integrity do they have? Those are the really important questions to ask. And then next, process. Process is more important than product. Right? If the process is right, you can pump any product through it. When the process is right, you can pump any product through it. It'll get distributed. And so the process works. That's basically what matters. The product could be the magical, fantastic product. But if you got the wrong process, it's never going to grow. It's never going to work. So the process, if it's a company that's geared towards product, understand whether their compensation structure is really geared towards product sales or building a team or both. You make more money just by selling the products and you don't really focus on building teams, or your main focus on getting a few customers and building a big team of people that get a few customers each. Just looking at what the compensation structure is geared towards as far as what's my first step, what's my second step, what are my first few steps here is getting started in this business. That's the process. Because what are you going to do? Your next new people getting started, they're going to follow those first few steps. And those new people getting started below them are going to follow those first few steps. So what's those first few steps? Can I do this? Can other people do this? Is it replicatable or duplicatable? That's the process. And then your product. Is it a product people need? Is it a product that they don't really need, but I have to really pitch them on? But it's really good, and once they do have it, they like it, but I pretty much got to sell it. Or is it a product where they have no idea and I got to really educate them and really get them? Is it a product that they already use and I just got to get them to stop using their product where they buy it and start buying it from me? Or is it a product that they really do need, they just didn't know about it till they met me and I educated them on it, right? Or is it a service? Is it a service that, like financial services or whatever? I mean, what kind of product is it? What kind of a service? Because it doesn't have to be a magical product. It doesn't have to be certainly people made multi-millions of dollars in A.L. Williams Primerica back in the 80s. They weren't selling anything magical. It was just straight term life insurance that wasn't, that doesn't get anybody super excited, but the amount of money they were making on it was getting them excited, right? Back in the day. And so, what are you selling? What's the product? Do people need it? How many people need it? How many people want it, right? What's my target market? If I'm only selling makeup, that cuts out half the population of people that are going to want this, that could sell it, right? But my company's coming out with a men's skincare line soon or something. I mean, there's all kinds of things companies are doing, but really, what's your target population going to be? Who's going to want to join this to sell this, right? That your product has a lot to do with recruiting people, because people are going to want to join it to sell it. They got to use the product to like it, to want it, to sell it, typically, right? So those are the questions to ask. Next, evaluating a company. Is it a cash grab or is it a long-term opportunity? What do I mean? Well, most companies are just get in, make a bunch of money. Who knows how long it's going to last before it goes down for pyramiding, before it goes down for being illegal. Get in, hustle hard, make your money first couple years of the business, and then be out and be done, and that's it. Most people that try to go make full-time careers in part-time short-term companies end up building a big team, going all out. Their company fails, then they go down, they take their team over to another company, right? And then they just go company to company. It's like a cash grab to cash grab to cash grab. Versus someone, you're going to build a team in a long-term company. Like Amway's a 50-year-old company. You're trying to build a team for this long-term. You're going to build it so that once you build it, it takes 5, 10 years or whatever, however long it takes you to build it. But then it's paying you forever because this company is going to be around forever. That's the idea. So if you're getting with a 10-year-old, a 20-year-old company to build something that's going to pay you long-term, even after you're done using it or done doing it, or you're getting involved in something that's just go hard, make a bunch of money real quick. Now, a long-term company, you can still go hard and make as much money as you can as fast as possible, but the idea is that it's going to pay you long-term, right? And it's going to be willable, and so it's different opportunity. What kind of company are you looking for, right? Next, you got ownership. I talked a little bit about that, but ownership is so important. Do the owners have network marketing experience? I saw a company just recently, looked at a company, and it was just like this guy that had this big billionaire business experience, but they don't have network marketing experience. And what do you expect? Now the company's starting to go down, right? They're making mistakes. And so do the owners of the company have network marketing experience? What's their background? What kind of company are they putting together? And are they just magical product inventors and they're making it network marketing and now they're figuring out network marketing? You don't want to be in a company where the owners are figuring out network marketing just as quickly, just like you are, right? You want to be in a company where they've got great experience. Leaders at the top have great experience. There's even experience in the company, not just everyone network marketing, but it's first year of this company. It's people with network marketing experience and network marketing experience in that company, having success in that company with this thing figured out already, so you can come to the table and just come in to have success. But so you got to look at that, right? The people, the ownership, the compensation plan. At the presentation you go to, are they even talking about the compensation, or are they just getting people hyped up? If they're not talking about the compensation and breaking it down, it's probably complicated. You want a compensation plan that's simple. If it's simple, you can teach it to people. It'll motivate them. Their compensation structure should motivate them. And if you can't teach it to people easily, how's it going to motivate them? This scary, complicated compensation plan that you probably don't even understand, and you're just making money on hope. Like, that's not a real business. So you want to know the compensation backwards and forwards. You want to know how it's going to work, what you have to do, what to do to make the big money, what you're going to have to do short term, what you're going to have to focus on building towards long term, the kind of culture you want to create. It's all determined by the compensation plan. So that's important. Leadership. Who are the leaders? Who am I following? A guy told me he got out of a company recently just because the owner, it wasn't the owner, but it was like the main top way head guy. He's just telling him to lie on a conference call. And it's like, so of course you can't be in a company where the leaders are liars. You know what I mean? So it's disgusting. So, the leaders in the company, do they have integrity? Do they have skills? Are they helping people? Are they in the trenches? Those types of things. The leadership, that's important. And the environment. The first company I was in, it was a great product, right? But process sucked, the system sucked, but the environment sucked. There was only one meeting to go to bring people to show them the credibility, show this thing. It was only one opportunity a month, and it was an hour and a half away. So that's not a good opportunity. That's not a good environment, and you're going to have to create the whole environment on your own. And you can create the whole environment on your own. If it's the best company ever, I'd rather be in the best company ever and have to have the job of creating the environment all on my own than be in some whack company just because they have an environment already set up for me. You know what I mean? So that's important. And then company momentum. Just because the company has momentum, that's not going to pay your bills. But a company without momentum, you should be weary of. You're like, how come this company's been around for a long time, but there's no excitement, there's no momentum. That's a problem, right? So just because a company has been around a long time doesn't mean it's a bad thing. But just because a company's been around a long time doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing, right? You have to look at how long has the company been around? Is it a cash grab or is it a long-term deal? But is there momentum in the company? Because if there's momentum in the company, it's going to be easier to create momentum for your own team. Some people have personal and team momentum, but the whole company could be dead. But your team could be thriving. So there's just all these different ways to look at it. But the idea is that if the company's on fire, the company's having success, that helps, that plays in your favor. When the company's having record-breaking growth month after month after month, that's a positive. So, You want to understand, you want to look at that. Now, as we roll into the last part here, I want to cover this last piece before I really look into the industry and the different sectors there are in business in the industry that are really covered by network marketing. First, who do you need to become? The type of person you need to be. Let's look at this. The bottom line is, if I could boil it down to one statement of who I'm looking for, of who would be the best person to join my team, you got to be an optimist with courage. An optimist with courage. That's who we're looking for. Optimist with courage. And if you're a pessimist, if you're all a realist, well, that's just being real negative. You want to be positive. You always want to see the positive. You want to be out there, try new things. Why? You have no problem jumping into it because you believe you're going to succeed. And if you fail, it's not a big deal. You brush yourself off. You're going to try again, and you will succeed. And you'll succeed. You'll do it until you'll just keep trying until you'll read as many books as until. And so that type of an attitude is the type of person you have to become if you're looking to have success in network marketing. If you're not that way already, that's who you need to become. You have to be likable. You can't be disagreeable. You can't be contradicting people. You can't be making people feel awkward, making weird statements and weird, comments. You have to help people feel good, help people feel comfortable, and be likable. People have to like you. That's really important because they could be like, well, it's a great company. It looks like a great opportunity, but I don't necessarily like this guy. I don't necessarily want to hang out with him and bring him and introduce my people to him because he looks kind of weird. He's kind of weird. You want to be likable. It's not going to work for you. You want to be selfless. The moment you stop thinking I and you start thinking we, that's when you have success. All the success you're going to have comes from when you let go of you and you start focusing on other people. It all becomes how much success you can help other people have. That's all that matters. Helping other people be successful. Really, you have to become a servant leader. It's not even just about being a boss and a manager and leading people. That doesn't work. It's about being a servant leader, going out there and doing it, taking charge and doing it, and really, doing things for people until they learn how to do them for themselves, and blazing the way and just working and doing and trying and striving and being a servant leader for people is the name of the game. And so if you're really self-centered, really self-focused, this is going to be hard for you. So you want to have that entire being of you is about serving and giving and caring. And that means in other areas of your life too, just giving, just pouring out, giving. The law of reciprocity, the law of giving. The more you put out, the more blessings come back to you, and you just got to be a giver. And that means you have to also find a way to keep yourself filled up. You got to pour into yourself. And if you're constantly pouring into other people and giving and sharing and caring, it can be draining. For some people, you have to find a way to help fill yourself up. I love exercise. I love working out. That's one way that I do it. So there's different ways. So that's important. Who you need to become. You need to have integrity. Because if you ever lie to anyone ever, there's going to be a question mark behind everything you say forever. So that's important. So if you already have a tendency towards honesty and integrity, that's going to suit you well, and you can just dial that in and just have perfect integrity. Just be integrity with yourself, have integrity of your own word, be honest with other people and with yourself. When you say you're going to do something, you do it, and you're accountable. And you can really become a fantastic person because of the accountability you have to hold yourself to in leading other people in this business. But if you have a tendency towards dishonesty, towards being a weasel, towards being shifty, towards being dodgy, this is going to be a difficult business for you because people will see that a mile away. So you got to be straightforward with people. You got to be honest with people. You got to look them in the eyes and tell them straight up, because people don't want to be lied to. People aren't afraid to work hard. You just have to tell them, here's what you're going to have to do. Here's what you can earn. Here's how you have to do it. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you can help other people make, and helping them see how they can make money with your company, how they can save money, how they can benefit, helping them share with that, and not exaggerating, not blowing smoke up their butt, right? All that matters is being honest and truthful and sharing and being treated the way you want to be treated, quite frankly. And that's what builds a successful team. And so network marketing works well with good people who are nice people that are hardworking and just want to care and share and help people. And that's who's attracted to network marketing. And people that are weird, that are slimy, that are sleazy, they get spun out. Even if a bad, sleazy, slimy network marketing company, bad people still get spun out because they can't be around a company where it takes a certain amount of integrity, period, just to build it anyways. Now, to build it long term, to build it successful, your team's not going to last 10 years if it's built on a foundation of no integrity, right? People scheming other people and taking from other people, and it falls apart, it crumbles as soon as you stop scheming to keep it together. So that's not going to ever work long term, but building with a foundation of honesty attracts good people that have good business, it builds honest business, and that's what matters, and that's how you have success. So that's who you need to become. That's what matters most. And the reality is that I'm going to read this here. if you beat 50% of people just by working hard. The next 40% you beat by having something you believe in. So 90% of the game is taken care of just by working hard and having something you believe in. The last 10%, that's really a dogfight. That's a crapshoot. You know, you got to work hard. You got to get lucky. You got to position yourself. You got to be smart, right? And that's how you become a champion. That's how you become a winner. But the reality is working hard and something you believe in, you can have a lot of success. And that's what matters most. Most people are not in something they believe in. They're not selling something they believe in. They're not in a company they believe in. They don't have a job they believe in. They're just doing it because it makes them money. So, in the next video, I'm going to go over the top 30 videos. But real quick, before I go over the top 30 videos, I'm just going to cover the first few bits here on the actual industries that are in these, that I'm going to cover on that video. Because the industries, right, it's not just about companies in network marketing, it's what industries are represented. I can be in a company in makeup, or I can be in a company in juice. Right, different, totally separate industries. How do they position themselves to make money on these industries? Well, not every company is positioned the same in every sector, in every industry. So, looking at financial services here, companies like World Financial Group. I'll get into the list of the biggest companies you've ever heard of, companies you can join up with. But, you know, companies like Primerica, A.O. Williams Financial Services, right? World Financial Group. You can be a financial planner. You can be selling insurance. But it's financial planning, financial services, that type of stuff. And network marketing, there's been old-time companies, there's newer companies, there's older companies. And the idea is basically you're recruiting people to join you to be a financial planner or sell insurance, and then they're selling insurance, but you're making a percentage of whatever insurance they're selling or financial planning they're doing, right? So there typically takes licenses, or takes taking tests, or take background checks. But there's network marketing going on in those businesses. And then there's health and wellness. The first company I was in was vitamins, was health and wellness. Now there's health and wellness juice, there's health and wellness herbs, there's health and wellness vitamins, right? There's different ways of being in this industry of health and wellness. But there's juices and there's vitamins. The idea behind this typically is use the product, get excited about the product, and then tell everyone about the product, and then get a handful of them to get excited about it and tell everyone about it, right? And it grows and duplicates. Anyway, so that's nutrition, right? You got beauty, skincare, whether it's anti-wrinkle or whether it's makeup or whether it's, you know, whatever it is, right? There's a lot of skin creams, there's skin, you know, there's a lot of beauty products out there, a lot of companies in that. And that's typically nutrition and beauty, skincare are the two real major industries within network marketing that make up the majority of the revenue being generated in the industry of network marketing, just so you know. Now you got household products, companies that do like detergents and clean, you know, cleaners like countertop cleaners and stuff that are like good for the ozone, and you know, clean soap and stuff like that. Household toilet paper and toothpaste, and you can't anything you can imagine, right? Candles to anything. It's unbelievable the types of products. Tupperware, right? That would be considered household product, right? So household stuff. Then you got random products, like you got weight loss wraps. You wrap this thing around you, Body Magic, you know, and I think it really works, what it sounds like. And you wrap it and you, boom, instantly you're losing weight, you know. So there's random products that way too. Then there's telecommunications industry, network marketing. You're hooking people up with long distance phone. They're saving them money on their local long distance carrier. That's been huge since the 90s, right? There's energy. That's a big sector right now growing in network marketing, lowering people's gas and electric bills, getting paid on the revenue generated from their electric usage. And now solar, being involved with that with network marketing is launching as well. Companies getting involved doing it that way, network marketing and solar. And then there's essential services like TV, cell phones, internet. There's these essential services where people can sign up people for these services and make residual income and through network marketing. So those are the main sectors in network marketing. If you're looking to join a company, it's going to typically be doing one of those types of things. Now, you know, you're not going to, if you're selling Verizon, right, for network marketing, you're not like, oh my God, you got to try this brand new product. It's not about that. It's like, hey, right? Can I save you money on your Verizon? You can use Verizon through me. You can hook people up with Verizon at a better deal, a better discount, right? Versus the product, oh my God, this is going to change your life. This is going to fix your wrinkles. This is going to fix, right? And you want to tell them about it. You got to be excited about it. Yeah, I use it too. And so it's going to be a different approach. It's going to be a different angle, right? And so different people will be attracted to different things. Some people don't want to be in sales. They don't want to be salesy. Well, it's a different proposition saying, hey, you know, I can lower your TV bill or internet bill versus saying, hey, you got to try my, you know, this skincare that's, you know, unbelievable. You rub it on and you know, whatever it is, right? Or this legal service, right? Or whatever it is. And you got to pitch them on it. You kind of want to convince them and persuade them to use yours. That going through, that's just this great product. You got to sell them on it, right? So a lot of people don't want to be involved in that. So there's different things, and every industry is going to be different. You'll have a different approach to selling services and getting customers. You know, some products, some companies, you got a booklet and a pamphlet. You're just talking about getting customers. Other companies, you're going to have a home party, and you're just going to get everyone to try your product, and then a couple of them will get on the product, buying it, purchasing it later. Other companies, you know, you're doing it all on the internet. Other companies, you're doing it all one-on-ones. Other companies, you're doing it in offices, you know, like, you know, with selling knives. You're going door-to-door selling knives, but you can have an office and recruit people, and you can, that's network marketing, right, with knives, and you can have a team of people selling knives, but it's typically you have an office. Where other companies, you'll have just doing home parties. You don't have office overhead. So there's all these different things going on in network marketing. And the next video, I'm going to go over the top 30 companies. And I say top 30, not necessarily because they're all the 30 best companies, because that's just based on all these different factors of how you're going to want to evaluate a company. And someone looking for a cash grab company is going to want practically this almost the opposite things and a lot of the things you're looking for in a network marketing company than someone who wants a long-term opportunity. And it's not that one's better than the other. It's just better for the other based on what their goals are and what they want. And the company that's long-term, that's exactly what that person's not looking for. That's exactly what that person doesn't want, who just wants to get in, make money for a year, a couple years, and get out, right? It's different than the company that's short term. That the person who wants long-term opportunity wants nothing to do with that. They don't want to be anywhere near a 1 or 2 year old company, right? So everything, so you're looking for is different things. You're in these different industries. So there's no such thing as the best company. There's the company you can judge them by the biggest, right, revenue. But just because a company has $8 billion in revenue doesn't mean it's better than a company that's $500 million in revenue, right? Just because a Toyota Corolla is sold more than Ferraris doesn't mean it's a better car than Ferrari or a faster car than Ferrari, but you can judge it. If we're judging cars based on reliability and low maintenance, probably Camry's going to win versus Ferrari every time. But if we're based on speed and performance, how quickly you can get to your destination, doesn't matter that everybody's in a Corolla. We'd rather have a Ferrari, even if you have to pay more for it or we have to go farther to get it, right? It's just different. It's a different vehicle. And so understanding that, right? So how do we identify a good company, a bad company, what to look for? It's all really dependent on what you're looking for in a company. But what I have is a list on the next video of the top 30 companies, meaning really the top biggest 30 companies that you would have heard of, that you would have really an opportunity to join. You know, there might be a company bigger and more successful than one of these top 30s, but they're only in Brazil. Or they're only somewhere, you know, in a couple of countries in Eastern Europe they haven't got, you know, you can't join those companies. You never heard of them. You're never going to hear of them. It doesn't matter until finally they come here, right? I mean, there's huge telecom companies in Korea, but they're not in the United States. They're only in Korea. So you can't join that company, right? So I'm not going to talk about that company. That's nothing relevant to me. I don't even know about that company because it doesn't matter. The companies that I need to know about are the ones that people are going to come to me with questions and say, you know, because I'm the leader, I'm the top guy. And they're like, hey, what did you hear about this company? I got a guy that's trying to get me into that. Or, hey, you know, I showed a guy the business today and he's in this and we start talking and he does this and how does that different than what we do? And right? So I want to know about the other companies that are out there in the marketplace where other people are doing them. So it's going to help me identify, you know, hey, maybe you're not in the right company. Maybe you got sold a bill of goods. Maybe you got misled. Maybe you're in a company that's not the best and you're already feeling, I was in a company for 4 months because it was the first company I'd heard of and I got into it. But I didn't know all these other businesses existed. First time I heard that there was another company that was in network marketing that did nutrition, I was like, there's another company that does this? I mean, I really hadn't thought of that there was probably other companies that did it. And so for a while that blew my mind. I was like, well, how many other companies do vitamins and network marketing. And I had no idea there was financial services and legal services and essential services and juice and different ways to do it, right? It was a GNC, and they're coming, hey, this guy wants me to sell his new bottle of juice in my GNC. And it's like, dude, we have a whole approval process of products, and I can't sell your juice in my GNC, right? So, but anyways, so there's different companies, there's different industries, and I'm just trying to give you a brief and, like an overall perspective of this industry so you can kind of look at this is not just a little thing. This is not just to take a look at a company and get involved thing. This is a huge industry with huge potential, many different ways to position yourself, many different things you could be looking for in an opportunity, and what you're looking for is up to you. And how I'm positioned may not be the way you want to be positioned. And so it's just different for everyone. The next video I'm going to go over is what I feel are really the biggest 30 companies that you would have heard of that you're going to be able to really go out there and take a look at and have an opportunity to join, where you could potentially have success. Because I'm not going to tell you about a company that's illegal. I'm not going to tell you a company where there's no one making money, right? If it's dead, if there's no one making money in it, it's not on the list. So it's a company, everyone on this company on this list is going to be a company that's still viable. There's people still doing it. There's people making money in it, and so you could too, right? And so whether you want to or not, it's going to be based on, different factors that I'll go over. So we'll see you real soon, and we'll see you on that next video, on the next audio. Bye-bye.